Alright, so I'm gonna just kind of continue on. So the next one is, it says learn accessibility by building a quiz. So I think there was another one in the other module about accessibility. Accessibility, making your web page easy for people to use, even people with disabilities. So this is like, when people are, blind, um, or deaf. It's kind of like there's various things that you can do to make it easier for them. So I kind of saw this video where, there's this blind guy on YouTube, and he was, kind of explaining kind of how he goes through life. Many videos, and one of them is like, how would they use a smartphone? How does a blind person use a smartphone? Well, how they would use a smartphone is they would hear, basically what would happen is their phone would talk to them. And I've actually put my phone in this mode before. I recommend someone's not blind to do it, but but basically it's like people that are blind, they know how to use it, but it's basically like their phone talks to them instead of you using your visual understanding of the phone and seeing the phone, and instead basically the phone talks to them. So it's kind of like that's kind of an example. And then when you uh, you know improve things like accessibility, it can basically it can basically, you can put in places like pieces of information that'll kind of be able to properly tell the phone, what they need to know so that the person can, that might be blind or deaf or whatever the situation is, can see your website or hear your website, or, and use your website. So that's my understanding of it, but getting into it, accessibility is making your web page easy for all people to use, even people with disabilities. In this course, you'll build a web page. You'll learn accessibility tools such as keyboard shortcuts, area attributes, um, design best practices. All right. So it says this is what is going to be built. All right. So step one. Welcome to the first part of the accessibility quiz. As you're becoming a seasoned HTML and CSS developer, we have started you off with the basic boilerplate. So we have the HTML, we have the head, we have the body, and we have the thing, saying, uh, you know, um, oh, actually, there's a link to a style sheet. That's not what this is. I thought it was something else for a second. Never mind. Um, all right, so the lang attribute that would be set to n for English. So yeah, so basically what will happen is, if you ever use like, I don't know, text to speech or something like that, basically that's what it'll do is, it'll know the website's English, so then it'll be able to translate it to another language if it needs to, or even know that it's English. All right, so that's done. Step two, you may be familiar with the meta element already. It is used to specify information about the page. Such as a title, description, keywords, and author. Give your page a meta element with an appropriate character set value. The character set value attribute specifies a character encoding of the page, and nowadays UTF-8 is the only encoding supported by most browsers. Okay, so one moment. Okay, I don't know if I'm forgetting. I believe something like this would be self-closing. And set that to UTF-8. All right. Step 3, continuing with the meta elements. A viewport definition tells the browser how to render the page, including one better uh, including one better's visual accessibility on the mobile and improves search engine optimization. Um, so I think what that is basically there's certain tricks you can do to make it so that your website pops up on on browsers. So if like you were to Google your site, yours would you could kind of engineer your site so that it would be more likely to pop up than less likely. But when it says meta, it's kind of like a good word to go way to that I try to memorize it is it's a describing element. So meta kind of means describing or talking about something. So that's kind of what it means anyway. So yeah. So add a viewport definition with a content attribute dealing with the width and initial scale. Is that how I do it? I'm actually not sure. I think that's actually what I'm supposed to do. Yeah, I'm gonna lie. I don't think I, yeah, I kind of struggled on that one. Oh, so this would be content. Oh, all right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't know. Um. So isn't that what I did? Um. Oh wait, no. Some reason that All right. Yeah, that works. All right. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, I kind of struggle with the syntax. Another important meta element for accessibility and SEO is a description definition. The value of the content attribute is used by search engines to provide a description of your page. Add a meta element with the name attribute set to description. Okay. So setting that to description. Yeah, I'm not sure what it wants me to make it though. So that's what I have no idea about. And give it a useful content attribute. So I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. So, oh, so it actually just wants me to say useful in it. Okay. Lastly, in the head, the title element is used for screen readers to understand the content of the page. Furthermore, it is important part of SEO. So yeah, there's no title. So title that is, give your page a title that is descriptive and concise. How would I just put the words there? I think it doesn't matter what it is, so navigation is a core part of accessibility, and screen readers rely on you to provide the structure of your page. This is accomplished with semantic HTML elements. Add a header and a main. Alright, so header would be here. And main would be here. Alright. Within the header, provide context about the page by nesting one image, h1, and nav element. Kind of always forget whether the image should point to or I could say href or is it source? So this is going to be the logo. Each one should contain the text. But what order do they want this in? That kind of matters. Oh, a source attribute. Yeah. All right. A useful property of a scalable vector graphics is that it contains a path attribute which allows the image to be scaled without affecting the resolution of the resultant image. Currently, the image is assuming its default size, which is too large. Correctly scale the image using its ID as a selector. Oh, using its ID as a selector. Okay. So the ID was a logo. So I'm going to copy this. Instead of image, the pound sign, and then the logos is our. That's how you do that, from what I remember. The image using its ID as a selector and setting the width to this. Alright, yeah, so it has to be an image element. Okay, I think how it works is it's an image element that has the ID logo. So I think that's how you do it. Or is it... Is it after? I don't know. I thought that's how you do it. Here's one moon. I think I'm actually gonna end this one early, and then try to kind of figure out the right way about this, and just pick up where I left off.